Nobody tells Edge what to do.
Alright. Guys, we're back on the buzzer.
We are back.
The Edge!
Back from his probation period.
The fans had spoken. They didn't want the Edge back, but we brought him back anyway because we love you.
Contrary to popular belief, you didn't like me. You didn't like me. But the fans wanted me. That's why I'm back.
The fans have spoken. The mob has spoken.
We signed Edge to a big contract after his...
We weren't willing to buy him out.
Yeah. Here we go, guys. NFL Week 17, the final week of regular season. Are you guys sad? Are you happy? Are you ready for playoffs?
I'm ready for playoffs. The last few weeks have been dull.
I'm a little sad. I'm all about watching 15 games on a Sunday.
Yeah, I agree.
But this coming from a true sports fan. You two, I can understand you guys go shopping with your girls and stuff like that.
We're a little happy right now.
I can see why, you know, you have a lot of like wedding showers.
Is it my new sweater that gave it away?
I'm not going to say anything about that sweater.
Guys, not too many important games this weekend. Maybe a handful. Let's start off with the Cleveland Browns. They needed to win to stay in playoff contention.
Are we starting off with the Cleveland Browns?
My Cleveland Browns.
Are we really starting with the Cleveland Browns?
San Francisco 49ers. And
this is why you guys need me. I mean, not to like, I know you're like a great mediator and stuff,
okay,
but didn't a team just go 16-0 in the regular season? No. Shouldn't we like, I don't know, maybe we just add in there first?
Because you, like your sex life, blow your wad in the first 10 seconds and then lose the reader or the girl.
That was only in the beginning when we first started dating.
People will tune out after we talk about the Patriots. So we want to see.
I was just going to say, he does a good job.
The Patriots, they went 16-0.
I don't want to ruin it.
Guys, the Browns, they won. Unfortunately, as we'll see later on, not good enough. That's it?
Right.
All right, go.
I had high hopes for the Browns. They were going to be a playoff team for me, but they saved Romeo Crennel's job.
If I'm not mistaken, you guys had a big heart on for the Browns.
I did.
Whereas I said, I don't know what the hoopla is all about. So once again, no wonder you guys don't want me on the show. No wonder.
Hey, it's
other than your BO, what is it?
Guys, let's talk about a big game. Big team stepping up yesterday.
Charisma.
Edge, Vince Young, Charm. Vince Young, Charm,
EY.
Going to the playoffs. We're going to the playoffs.
Listen, guys, I
told
you guys.
They go to Indy. They beat Jim Sorgi.
Once again,
and the Colts.
Another prediction by yours truly. I said that the Titans are for real. They're a good team. They should be better than their record.
I think we said the exact same thing.
No,
go back to like
you said anything. I think you guys laughed.
And then both of us jumped off the Titans bandwagon.
I never dropped.
Hold on.
I said F.
Jack Fisher.
But I never said
Norm Chow.
I did say that because they should still have a better record.
They should. The Titans should be like a 12-4 kind of team.
He's definitely, no, definitely. He's definitely right.
We'll see. Maybe they'll make a scare in the playoffs. I don't know. Another team that I thought was going to make the playoffs, but they choked big time. The Minnesota Vikings. Looks like they're
that was a choke job.
Why don't you talk about the teams that you thought were going to make it and actually made it? Because it's faster that way.
I told you the Patriots are coming up.
Oh, okay, nice. Good prediction, by the way.
The Vikings losing
to Denver.
Not that it mattered; they were out anyway. But how sad! I thought this team was going somewhere.
But this team is a quarterback away from doing some serious damage next season.
A couple wide receivers.
They'll be all right. They just got to get rid of Jackson.
A couple of offensive
linemen. They're not going to get rid of him.
Get rid of him. Relegate him to backup duty. Relegate him.
Is there any doubt that AD is the rookie of the year?
And he's the future.
Are we just calling him AP or AD or AD?
I just said AD. You know what AD stands for. You don't have to throw it in there like you're the one that knows. All right, we talked about this.
Let's talk about another team that went south from the beginning of the season up until yesterday, the New Orleans Saints. Losing to the Bears.
New Orleans
They're
Saints.
still my New Orleans Saints. I don't jump on and off like you guys.
That's a mistake.
They started off bad, 0-4, tough to recover, and they still had a chance after starting off bad.
Yeah,
but
they don't deserve to make
huge disappointment. After getting to the NFC Finals last season, we had high hopes for the Saints.
You don't start off 0-4 and then hope to make the playoffs. I'm sorry.
Guys, let's talk about, here it is. Are you ready? You ready for climax? New England Patriots.
Seattle against Atlanta?
New England Patriots going undefeated, 16-0. It was a close game. Give him that. Give Eli Manning and his crew some props. Give him a moral victory.
That's the fourth moral victory that the Edges handed out this season.
Vintage Eli Manning. When the game is close, fourth quarter, what does he do? Pick.
I mean, the guy had four touchdowns. Like, you can't even hate on him
but
for that.
that's vintage Eli.
You don't want that guy in the clutch, though.
And you know what? He's worried about protecting his brother's record, blah, 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 all this stuff.
I don't know about that.
Like, he didn't want to break it himself. Like, he's worried like that. He was at like 48 touchdowns.
Is there a doubt that this is the best team ever to play NFL football?
No, I think the Patriots are better than the Giants.
Second best. Second best.
Definitely. Guys, let's talk about another couple teams that we thought would do good this season. The Bengals. Hey.
Hold on, let's talk about the Patriots. One more point I want to ask. Is it a complete waste of a season, though, if they get bounced in the playoffs?
It's definitely not.
Yes.
It's not a waste of a
Yes.
season. No, it's not a waste of a season. It's just
Disappointing.
It's
Yeah.
not. I mean, you can go 16-0 and get bounced out of the first round. It's still an amazing season.
Amazing season,
But let's face it, they're not getting bounced out, guys. All right.
You know, anything can happen in the playoffs. Let's be realistic here.
Really?
You get one
any
playoff.
given Sunday.
I've never heard that before. Yeah. They should make a movie out of that.
Why not? And I got a star for it. Jamie
Al
Foxx.
Al Pacino.
Cameron Diaz.
Can you not whisper, please?
Alright, guys, let's go. Cincinnati going to Miami. I thought Miami might pick up.
I thought
double
so
their win
too.
total
I
in
thought
1
so
week.
too.
But no, the Bengals came back with a vengeance. Everybody trying to save their
Carson
job.
Palmer.
Carson Palmer, 3 touchdowns. Chad Johnson, Hushmanzadeh.
Look for the Bengals to make some noise next year.
They need to make some noise in the offseason
Look for some
for get some
changes.
character guys.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Chad Johnson and Carson Palmer cannot exist on the same field.
Yeah, you know what? Don't be surprised if
Chad Johnson
is gone.
and anyone
Anybody.
cannot exist on the same field.
That's what they
a
said
given.
about Randy
They have
Moss.
Hushman.
That's what they said about Randy
Right.
Moss too.
That's not true. That's not what they said about him. You know what? Randy Moss is twice the player Chad Johnson is. Let's get that straight too.
And Hushmanzadeh
Is the best
is a
receiver.
stud right there. So
Yeah.
they can trade Chad Johnson and get some value for him.
Definitely.
Yeah, maybe they need some defense. I don't know.
They need something. They need somebody that won't go to jail.
Let's talk about Jamarcus Russell.
Did you guys see that mother trucker's arm?
Jamarcus Russell playing all game.
Effortless.
Give us some numbers. Give us some numbers.
Jamarcus Russell's tore it up. They lost. That's all I know. Oh, they played the Chargers.
Here is numbers. Damian Rose, 29 rush.
It's Dominic. It's not fucking
Whatever.
Did it just
Dominic
say
Rose,
D?
29. It just says D.
Is it
29
Derrick
rushes,
Rose?
122
It's
yards.
fucking Dominic Rhodes. The guy was a Super Bowl MVP. Give him props. All right. Chargers went down there. I don't know why, but why are the Chargers playing their starters up into the fourth quarter? Explain that to me. I know for third place, blah blah blah, but still, they had it clinched. They were still playing.
Fire, North, Fire,
One for the old, one for the old.
This is gonna be big.
I know. We can save it for their
Can
loss.
Norv do some damage in the playoffs
And
where Marty
if
couldn't?
he does, don't ever point your finger at me. And if he does, are you still gonna say fire?
You guys are jumping into the banty right now. You're jumping into the banty.
Are we
right now.
having an NFL ban?
There's a banty. Wait for the banty.
We don't have enough time.
You're blowing your wad again. Guys, let's talk about another team. Green Bay and Green Boy looking well on their way to maybe a Super Bowl appearance.
What's up with Brett Favre high-fiving the refs?
Dude, the refs are a little
They
chummy
love-
with Brett.
they love Brett
The
Favre.
guy shook his hand when he broke the record a couple weeks ago, and I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is this guy doing? If I was on the other team, I'd be a little pissed. Anyway, they pounded Detroit. Your Lions, your Kitna. You remember you went and bought a Kitna jersey?
How
Good thing-
pathetic of
it's
a
a good
collapse
thing you
was
left
that?
It was a good bounce back for Green Bay. Let's face it, they could have easily lost another
Yeah.
game. They showed that they belonged.
You don't want to go into the playoffs with a couple losses. That's the last thing you want to do.
But I would love to see the Packers in the Super Bowl.
I would do just
Kind of
like
like a Green Bay, New England
America's
Super Bowl.
team. Good versus bad.
Yeah.
Young versus old. All
Give me
right.
another scenario. One
Old
more.
versus new.
Black versus white.
That's fucked up.
All right, guys, let's move on. Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Pittsburgh really didn't need to win this game unless they wanted third place, but they tanked it anyway. Baltimore. I thought they were the worst team, but they won.
Pittsburgh is going to be this year's one and done in the
You think
playoffs.
so?
Jacksonville.
We'll see.
Definitely.
We'll see about that. There's that. We'll get more into that in our banty.
We're having a bad team.
I'm a little sad right now. This is our last recap for 2007.
This is our last recap.
And maybe our last recap ever if our ratings don't pick up.
Yeah.
What makes me sad isn't so much this is our last. You know,
It's just the way
recap.
things have been going. in
It
your
just
life.
makes me sad that we gotta continue this in 2008.
All right, guys. This is it on the buzzer, week 17. Watch out, playoff time.
17 weeks. We're 17 weeks older. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
It seems like just yesterday when we started
I still look so good
It
though.
seems like yesterday when we were sulking at each other and talking over each other and fighting and stuff.
We've grown. We've come a long way,
Yeah.
guys.
We got better riders
We're all
too.
grown up. That's right. OnTheBuzzer.com. Check it out.